Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Lauren. Today I'm recommending to you 8 of my favorite marriage of convenience books, which is one of my favorite tropes. So the other thing with marriage of convenience is sometimes they can be classed as like fake dating. The ones that could be classed as fake dating, I'm gonna include ones that like include a proposal. The Temporary Wife by Catherine Amora. This is my lowest rated book on this recommendation list, but I do think it is a very, very good book and people would very much enjoy this. I was just not super invested in the emotional relationship, but it was fun. The spice is great. If you're wanting a light, easy, fun, smutty read with really rich people, this is the way to go. This is a billionaire romance. Luca is set to marry someone he doesn't want to marry, so he gets married behind his family's back to his assistant Valentina. Little do we know that there has been things plotted behind the scenes by his family, and I really liked it. If you don't like meddlesome family members, this series is probably not for you. It is very fun. It is great. I had a good time. On the topic of billionaires, we're gonna go with one of my favorite authors, Kat Singleton with Black Ties and White Lies. This is like a fake fiance situation, and it is also ex-boyfriend's older brother. Hot. The spice in this fucking delivers. Every single billionaire element that you want is in this book. It is fantastic from start to finish. Beck buys the company that Margot works for just so he can have a conversation with her because she's avoiding his phone calls. He needs to have a conversation with her. Like any other self-serving billionaire, he buys the company that she works for. Greatness, absolute greatness. I'm obsessed with this book. It was such a good time. Again, if you like smutty romances, this is great. Next we up to The Cult by Tara DeWitt. I talk about this constantly. It is one of my favorite books, but essentially this is marriage of convenience between two people that had like a fling as teenagers, and now they are reunited to renovate their grandmother's house. Their grandmothers are married and they both die and leave property to them half in the will, and to renovate this they need to access Lauren's trust, and the only way she can do that is if she is married. This is great. I see so much of myself in Lauren and I really enjoyed it. Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. I am so surprised that I'm ever recommending a Lauren Asher book on my page, but I loved this book. I gave it a solid 4 stars. I had a good time. It is slightly long. It couldn't be a 5-star because I just think it's just a little bit too long for me personally. It is great. It is well written. I think it is very enjoyable. The romance is there, the spice is there, personal development is there. It is a great marriage of convenience. It is between a boss and an assistant. It's like part of the Dreamland Billionaire series, so the whole point is it's similar to like Disneyland. Pretty sure his name was Cal. Part of his obligation to become CEO is that he needs to be married and produce an heir. So he marries his assistant Iris. A lot of marriage of conveniences have a lot to do with trust and billionaires, but it's a good time. Next is Inner Jam by Kate Canterbury. I loved this book. Another 4 stars. It's probably one of those ones that's just a little bit too long, a little bit too chunky. That's probably why it's not a 5-star. This is like a second chance romance style, not overly, but Shay and Noah were in the same small town together. They went to school for a little bit. Noah had a crush on her. Shay didn't know he existed basically. But now they are reunited because she inherits her step grandmother's raspberry farm and he lives down the road. He has a quirky niece that he has adopted. It is great fun. So many funny elements. There's not a lot of spice. For such a chunky book, there's not a lot of spice, but it is a good time. The two main characters have struggles and things that they are dealing with, which is always a tick for me in my book. That makes a book more enjoyable than just a normal romance. One of my new favorite authors, Promise to Marry You by Julia Jarrett. She writes small town romances set in Canada. This is the same. This is a friends to lovers romance. They are getting married so that she can access her trust. Again, like any small town romance, she has basically been left with no family, so she moves with him to start her life over in his small town. His family loves her and I loved it. She went on such a beautiful journey of growth and healing. The ending, perfection. Spice, so good. It wouldn't be overly spicy. It's still probably like a 1 out of 3 for me personally, but it's great. There's no third act breakup, which is always a tick in my book. Julia Jarrett has a great way of writing because she doesn't include unnecessary drama. Her characters all talk and there's no miscommunication. They're all just adults that work through shit, which I love. My next one is a fucking chonker and it is a slow burn. This is probably the longest romance book that I've ever read. I read this a couple of years ago, loved it, frothed it, it was everything. I am going to be reading it very soon. This is a football romance between Aiden Graves and Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa is his personal assistant. Aiden Graves wants to stay in America, so he needs to be married to get a green card to keep playing in America to avoid getting sent back to Canada because he's worried he's not going to re-sign another contract, something along those lines. I'm trying to vaguely remember what happened. She quits because she's sick of dealing with his grumpiness. He's like, I need you to marry me. Marry me for the green card. I will give you this money. Like, just marry me. I need your help. So they get married. The tension, the angst between these two is on another level. I fucking loved it. It is very, very slow burn. Like, only spicy scene happens like right at the end. It's like at 90%, 90 something percent. But oh my God, it's so good. It's just funny. It's sweet. It's like, even though it's such a slow burn, you spend so much time really enjoying their time together and them doing things separately. This is I don't know if I said, but this is a full-blown romance. And the final book that I'm going to recommend to you is That Kind of Guy by Stephanie Archer. Stephanie Archer is another one of my new favorite authors. Auto buy for sure. This is a marriage of convenience, like fake fiance book in a small town. She needs someone to co-sign the loan to buy the restaurant that she works at and take it over. He wants to become mayor to make changes in his small town. So they're like, let's make dates so she can get the loan and people take him seriously because people just think he is a playboy and he is determined to turn this town around and improve it. It is so good. Again, no third act breakup. Fucking love this shit. The spice is really good, really enjoyable. I had a good time. And they're two, like, normally you have a guy who's a commitment phobe, but they are both fucking commitment phobes and it is hilarious. I spent so much time freaking cackling. If you haven't read this book, fucking read it. I love this whole world. I'm having so much fun with it. I cannot wait to continue with the series. Those are my 8 marriage of convenience romance book recommendations. One of my favorite tropes, pure perfection. If you would like to see any other trope recommendation videos from me, make sure to comment below, like and subscribe, turn bell notifications on because there is so many fun freaking videos coming your way to wrap up 2023, one of my best reading years of my entire life. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.